Hey guys, it's Tootsie and I'm here with another video. Now today I have a story time video. I got lots of video ideas for story time videos. Now this video, as you can tell by the title, my first period. Now, I was in middle school. I had just turned 14. I remember it was in January and my birthday's in December. So I had literally just turned 14. So I was in the 8th grade. And so, and like, some people say, oh, you're late, it's not that fast, I'm doing this video also to help. So just know that, people say, oh, you're supposed to get it like when you're 12 and 13. Not everyone does. Actually, in my family, a lot of the women in my family, they didn't get it at 13 or younger. They got it like at 14 or older. I think one of my family members, she didn't get it till like she was like 16. I think that's like one of my aunts or something like that. And so that was common in my family. So it wasn't a thing to that at 12, 13. That's what you're supposed to do. So, because I know I know one of the YouTubers that I got this idea from. Actually, two YouTubers was Pink Sparkles and Amanda, because they did theirs and they did it to kind of help out. So, and since I'm doing YouTube because I want to help, because I always wanted to help people, so I'm doing my first period. And so, I was 14 and I was involved in karate. Now I am gonna do another story time video on me being involved in karate. That's gonna be later down the line. That's planned later down the line in time. And so this was one I was at karate. It was one of my late night classes. And so I had just got done and I went into the bathroom to change, because that was the girls' changing area, was the girls' bathroom. So I went into the stall to change and I had to go to the bathroom, and I felt like I had to go to the bathroom. It was weird. It's like, why did my panties feel wet? What is going on? And when I sat down and I looked at my panties, they were not red. They were not red. It was not dark red. It was not dark brown. They looked black. It looked black. It looked black. It looked like black. And then, I went pee and I wiped myself and I had like 3 dots appear, red blood. I freaked out. I didn't put my underwear back on. I kind of wrapped it up and then I put my clothes on, and then I went to my mom out there and I'm like, Mom, what is this all? And I kind of went to my undergo and says, Mom, and I opened it, what is this on my underwear? And she went, oh. And so, she kind of was quiet, and I went up to the car, and right as we went up to the car, she told me, you started your period. And I'm like, what? Like, I knew what a period was. I'm just like, what? Now? But I told her, like, what happened in the bathroom about how it was all black and how I wiped myself and I got 3 red dots. She's like, oh, that's how you start out, that's how you start out. That's normal. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. And now my mom's hysterical in the car. Now, like, she's, like, all excited for me. And I'm like, I'm 14. It's my first one. I didn't know what was going on. And now she's taking me to like some not ABC, like, it's not Walgreens, like CVS store. And she's taking me there. Says, what do you want? I'm like, what do you mean what I want? I don't know what I want. No, I mean, I know you use that pad of brands. I don't know what would be good for me. So, we got different types of pads, we got different types of brands and stuff. And we got home. And, by this time, it's late, I'm tired, I want to go to bed. And so, but I'm like, I didn't like the feel of the big pad, so I put like a small one on, which was a panty liner. And then I woke up the next morning and I am covered in blood. I'm covered in blood. It's just all over every place. It's all over the inside of my thighs. It's all over my underwear. And my mom, I'm like, Mom, there's all kinds of blood here. She's like, oh, I forgot how much you bleed the first morning. So I basically learned just by trial and error of different pads, different brands, and all that stuff. I used pads for like my first year of having my period. Then when I got to kind of like the high school, I had a cousin who, who showed me how to do tampons. And my mom, well, okay, that's because I hated using pads. I hated it. Now, this is going to get TMI, but if you're a girl, this is what's going to happen, we have hair down there. Like, I was getting sick of the pad moving, getting stuck on the inside of my thigh, getting stuck on my pubic hair down there, and ripping it out because it hurt so much. So then I tried tampons for a while. At first, I didn't like them. At first, I was like using tampons and pads. And when I kind of got used to the tampons, and when I really got used to my routine, how many days I have, my period for, how much time it is between, like, periods. Is it the 28 days, 30 days, I was pretty average. I was like at 28 every 30 days. My period would start. Now, normally I would try to, like, wear a pad, like, when it was that day coming, so I wouldn't get in my underwear, but it never worked. Or sometimes I am stupid and I could like have my period and I could sit on the toilet and like take off the old one and like forget to put a new one on. So one day I had blood all over my underwear and all over the inside of my jeans. Luckily it didn't seep through, otherwise I would have been walking around like with the blood pants and people would know I would be on my period. So that kind of went kind of all over the place, but that was basically my first period, is that I was at karate. It was one of my late night classes, and it just was all over, and I was freaking out. And my mom got out of the car, and she was so excited. And so for me, I'm not gonna be that way with my daughter. Probably when they turn 10, I'm probably just gonna buy like several different brands and just keep them stored away. And then if they ever come up to me, I'll just have them right there for them. And just be calm and cool about it, and explain to them, with me, like, I already knew what a period was, but I just hadn't got mine yet, so, and so, I just want to come on here, like, me, like, when I was using pads, my period would last, like, 7 days, and I hated it because it would be, like, a heavy flow the first 2 days, a heavy flow like the first 2 days, and then like a medium flow the last 3 days, and then like the last 2 days it would be like really light, and I hated it because I would maybe go through a day with like 3 drops of blood, and I'm just like, why can't you just all come out at once, why can't you just all come and go, and be gone. And then when I started using tampons, it started being 5 days, like, I feel like because the tampon like absorbed everything in there more better to me, and so then it wouldn't be just like, cause like when I was like using pads, like the last few days it would just be like dry blood coming out, and I always felt like I always had blood caught in there, and and you're not supposed to like scrub the inside. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to clean the inside because we got natural things that clean in there, unless you have a medical issue where the doctor says you have to, and there's special things for that. I don't know what they're called, but I know there's special things for that. And so I like using tampons. That's my preference. I actually use a Pacific brand. I like Tampons Pearl because the out part of it, the out part of it, the plastic part of it, what you put in, and then you hit the little lever, and then you pull that plastic out. I like that better because I don't like the brands where it's cardboard, because cardboard hurts. Actually, when I first started using tampons, I had cardboard, and I hated it because I was kind of in trend. It's like, I like the tampons because it feels like it protects more, when bleed doesn't get all over, it doesn't get on my thighs and stuff. But I don't like the feeling of the cardboard until I found Tampons Pearl, because Pearl, it's plastic, and that's generally the only brand I use unless like I'm out and about and my period came and I didn't have anything with me, and I had to go buy the stuff on the little vending machine in the girls' bathroom, or if I got it at school, I didn't have anything with me. I had to go to the nurse's office, and of course they have the cheapest brand ever that lasts you maybe an hour, and it's just And I know there's there's also something called, it's called Diva Cup. I don't know anything about the Diva Cup. Diva Cup. I just heard of it. It just, as far as I know, it's like a silicone cup you put in there, and then like when it gets full, you take it out and you rinse it out and stuff, and then you can put it back in. I mean, that's good. It was great, you know, for waste and stuff. So that way we're not wasting all this stuff, you know, from throwing it away from tampons and pads. That's another thing. Even though it says tampons are flushable, it depends on the plumbing. I used to do that. I used to flush them all the time, and then at the house when we had like a plumbing issue, the plumber says you can't flush tampons down the toilet. They don't disintegrate as well as they say they do. So what you do, you just kind of pull your tampon out. You're supposed to drop it in the toilet, but you just pull it out. You take some toilet paper, take a lot of toilet paper. You just wrap a lot of toilet paper around it, and then you stick it in the trash can. Normally, most people have trash cans in their houses, or like if you're out and about, you know, you gotta use a lot more because that toilet paper is like, you know, tissue paper, you know, just wrap it up, and then you put it in that little garbage metal thingy right there, whatever the hell thing is called for us to put our feminine products in, put our pads and stuff. You just stick it in there. That's what I do. So it's like if you have pads, you know, you're supposed to fold them and then wrap it in like you're, like when you, like Prince Barker's talked about this, you know, like, you know, like, and you open a pad, you take out the plastic part and you put your pad on and keep the plastic thing. So when you take out your old one, you can kind of fold it back up and wrap it in the thing. So that way, you know, people aren't seeing it in the trash can. So, but I don't use pads no more. So, or you wrap it, you could wrap a pad in toilet paper, you know, fold it in storage and wrap it in toilet paper too. I've been babbling on for 11 minutes about a lot of it, you know, like, you know, when you get your first period, you just got to try different brands and find out what works best for you. Like that Diva Cup I mentioned, I don't know if I could do that because, like, if you go and rinse it out, like, what if you need to change it in a public restroom? Like, you know, I don't want the random old person or random, like, little 6-year-old, like, I'm rinsing out my Diva Cup, they're like, what is that? No, I couldn't use a Diva Cup. If I was using Diva Cup, I would have to be like stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home girlfriend, stay-at-home mom, you know, for that to be that. Otherwise, I use these. So, I've been babbling on for 12 minutes, so that was my first period and kind of my advice. I didn't really show anything, I just kind of talked about it. But there's lots of other videos on YouTube that you can watch, but I just had to make one. So you guys know a little more personal about me, about when I got my first period. So that will be it for this video. So I will see you guys in my next video, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tootsie2525, same way it's spelled down there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!